Have you ever checked your bank account just a few days after payday and thought, where did all my money go? You worked every shift. You paid your bills on time. Maybe you even skipped eating out this week. Yet somehow your balance is already running low. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And you're definitely not lazy or irresponsible. Most people assume they're simply bad with money. But what if that's not the real problem? What if the game itself is stacked against you? Because once you understand how the system is designed, you'll stop blaming yourself and start making smarter financial moves.
Here's something most people never stop to think about. Your paycheck isn't really yours. Not all of it, anyway. Before you even decide how to spend a single dollar, that money already has a list of destinations. Rent, taxes, insurance, utilities, groceries, transportation. For millions of people, those expenses aren't optional. They're the price of participating in everyday life. That's why two people earning exactly the same salary can feel completely different financially. It isn't always about who's smarter. It's often about how many invisible obligations are already waiting for every paycheck before it even arrives.
And here's where the game becomes even more frustrating. Let's say you manage to save some money. You finally have a few $1,000s sitting safely in your bank account. That feels like progress, and it is. But while your money is standing still, prices usually aren't. Inflation quietly reduces what your dollars can actually buy over time. Think of it like owning an ice cube on a warm day. You can still see it, but little by little, it melts away. The number in your account stays the same, yet its purchasing power slowly shrinks without you ever spending a single dollar. But there's another reason managing money feels so difficult, and it has nothing to do with intelligence. Your brain wasn't designed for credit cards, one-click shopping, or thousands of online ads competing for your attention every day. It was designed to keep you alive. Thousands of years ago, using resources immediately often increased your chances of survival. Saving for retirement simply wasn't part of the equation. That ancient survival system still exists inside your brain today. Psychologists call this present bias, our natural tendency to choose a smaller reward now instead of a much larger reward later. You're not broken. Your brain is simply following instincts that once made perfect sense. Now, think about what happens every time you unlock your phone. Within seconds, you're surrounded by ads, recommendations, flash sales, and buy now, pay later offers. This isn't an accident. Companies invest billions of dollars every year studying consumer behavior to make spending feel effortless and waiting feel uncomfortable. Every notification is designed to compete for one thing: your attention. The longer they keep it, the more likely you are to spend. That's why building wealth isn't just about earning more money. It's also about protecting your attention from systems specifically designed to separate you from it. Once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself and start changing the rules you play by.
Here's the interesting part. Wealthy people don't have a different version of money. They simply understand the rules earlier. They know that every dollar has a job. Some dollars are spent, some dollars are saved. But the most valuable dollars are the ones that go to work. Imagine hiring an employee who never sleeps, never takes a vacation, and never asks for a raise. That's what an invested dollar can become over time. While most people focus only on earning more, wealthy people focus on owning assets that keep producing value long after the work is finished.
Most people think building wealth requires earning a huge salary, but time often matters more than income. Imagine two friends. One starts investing just $300 a month at age 25. The other waits until 35, but invests twice as much every month. Even though the second person contributes more money, the first investor can still end up with significantly more. simply because their money had more years to grow. That's the quiet power of compound growth. It rewards patience more than perfection. And unlike motivation, time keeps working even while you're asleep.
Here's something that changed the way I think about money. Successful people don't rely on willpower every single month. They build systems that make good decisions automatically. Think about brushing your teeth. You probably don't wake up every morning debating whether you should do it. It's simply a habit. Saving and investing can work the same way. Automatic transfers, recurring investments, and spending limits remove emotion from the equation. Instead of trying to become a more disciplined person, build a system that succeeds even on the days when your motivation disappears. At this point, you might be thinking, if the game is unfair, what's the point of even trying? That's a fair question. But here's the thing. You don't have to beat the entire system. You only have to stop playing by default. Every time you avoid high-interest debt, invest consistently, or think twice before an impulse purchase, you're changing the odds in your favor. Wealth isn't built through one perfect decision. It's built through hundreds of ordinary decisions, repeated over and over again. Small actions feel insignificant today, but over years, they become life-changing. The biggest lie about money is that some people are simply good with it, while others never will be. That's not how wealth works. Most financially successful people weren't born with a secret talent. They learned a different set of rules. And today, you've learned a few of them too. You now know that income isn't everything, that your brain has built-in biases, that companies compete for your attention, and that small, consistent decisions can completely change your future. So the next time you feel like you're failing with money, remember this. You're not bad with money. You've just been playing a rigged game without the rulebook. Now you have it. The next move is yours.